Now let's get into the conversation. Wixx,
Kwambox.
it's so good to have you here in studio.
Thank you for
How you
having
doing?
me. I'm doing good.
So we're gonna get into the conversation, of course, on my grind. And today our guest is Wixx Mangutha, and she is. How would you describe the work that you do?
Illustrations. I'm an artist. Yeah. So I use anything that is within reach to create illustrations. So I could use eggs, I could use rice, mask. Yeah.
When you say eggs, you mean eggshells?
No, eggs.
Eggs.
Proper eggs.
Yeah.
With like the stuff that's inside an egg.
Yeah.
Okay. Very impressive.
You know, I saw the latest one that you did where it was jumping out the friend zone.
Oh,
Akina
the
Sauti
tissue
So with
one.
the tissue.
Yeah.
And so she draws on that. We're gonna post some of our work
That's
on
dope.
our page. That's on Instagram and
Thank
on
you.
Twitter. So how did you get started? How did you find yourself in this journey of illustration?
So you know the story.
Yeah.
We're boys like that. So I started 12 years. I started at the age of 12. So that's 15 years ago.
Yeah.
While in primary school. And then now I took a long break, 15 years.
Yeah.
Then all I'll do at home is do weird stuff at home. Maybe
Yeah.
mix sugar and colored sugar and flour.
Yeah.
And make something brilliant, like maybe make cartoons with that.
Yeah.
And then every time my husband and my family would be like, just share it on social media. And I wouldn't because I thought it wasn't my space.
Because you're a perfectionist.
Yeah, and no, actually, because I thought other people were better than
Oh,
me.
okay.
Yeah, and I couldn't even get where I want to be with art, considering how it's not, the art industry in Kenya is not so woo.
Yeah, you don't
What do
know.
you mean, woo?
I mean, it's, you don't know how
It
many
doesn't pay?
rich people are doing art.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and so 2020 comes and Corona comes, and now it's my time to just share my content with people because now everyone was at home, and I thought, why not? And after all, everyone was hungry for content.
Yeah.
So I started sharing it just for fun, and now it's my career.
Imagine that. Now, I know that a lot of you are probably wondering, wait, what kind of illustrations? Go on to the hashtag Kwambox and Kev. We'll be posting some of our work there. And what is your handle on Instagram if people want to see your content?
At Wixx _Mangutha.
Mangutha.
Wixx.
XX.
Yeah.
When you set up, you said when 2020 happened, it was the time for you to, showcase your skills. What exactly happened? Because, it's not like you're just at home and then you're like, oh my God, it's my time. Was it?
Voila!
Oh my God, I'm going to do this artwork. Or did something happen? Were you working in 2019?
Yes, I was working. I had just finished campus in 2019, and it just happened just after I had graduated. My mom passed on, and her very last words to me were, stop comparing yourself to other people.
Yeah.
That is how you'll be the best version of yourself. So took 2019, she passed on in August. So the rest of 2019 I was just mourning and taking it in.
Yeah.
And then I made a plan, but I didn't execute it in 2019. So I had planned for 2020. Then when 2020 came, I was still doubting myself.
Yeah.
So after March, after the first case, that's when I shared my first video.
So you had already worked on it, but you just hadn't shared it.
Yeah, I hadn't shared it. I had so many art pieces at home I had done, but I had never shared with anyone, just my family, close friends. Yeah. And then so I shared my first video and people shared it. And then now the second one, it went viral, and I never put my name on it.
Yeah.
And people would send it to me and I'll be like, guy.
Which one was that?
It was I had it's a song. Wimbi cookies, salsa cookies.
It's in your Instagram?
Yeah, it's on Instagram.
So we're going to share
I'm
that
trying
one.
to remember the name of the artist.
Yeah.
So I shared it and I never put my name on it. And many people took the video and posted it like it was theirs.
Why did
Yeah.
you think you didn't put your name on
Yeah.
it?
I didn't know. I didn't think it had potential.
Yeah.
If anything, I was just doing it for fun, and I never thought people would even ever see my work.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was sad. It was happy that it had gone viral and it was making so many people happy.
Yeah.
But I was kind of sad that I didn't put my name on it. And just realizing now I'm coming from a place where I didn't believe in myself
Yeah.
at all,
Yeah.
to a point of, guy, ni mimi nimeifanya, please tag me, please
Yeah,
tag me,
yeah.
please tag me.
So how
trying to
important
boost
is it
me up.
now for you
Yeah.
when you see people posting their stuff and they're just like, oh, kuna aka kitu mi ufanyanga. What do you
Yeah.
tell them?
Put your name on it. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Like, even if it's a 5 seconds video, even if it's a GIF, you never know how far it's going to go. And it may just be the beginning of your career. Like, you never know who's watching. Like right now, even working with Safaricom Blaze,
Yeah.
I never even thought
Yeah.
that I'll ever get this far. And
It
Let
just
me
took
ask you
belief.
something. Yeah.
amazing.
I read a
Yeah.
book some time back
Yeah.
by a lady called Elizabeth Gilbert, because she's also an artist, and she was talking about faceless art.
Yeah.
How some people put out their art there, but it's like anonymous. No one knows about the artist. Nini nini. So there's a
Yeah.
difference between the art and the artist. So my question
Yeah.
is, do you think people had an interest more on your art the moment they found out who is behind the pieces?
I think people started watching my art mostly after I started sharing the process. Yeah. So it wasn't more about me. It was about what it
How you
took
getting it done.
to do it.
Okay.
Like the tissue one, the one Kwambox is talking about,
Yeah.
took me 25 hours.
Imagine. And guys, listen, najua umekaa hapo mazuri unasikia story unasema inabambare, lakini tumia macho yako, ingia kwa hashtag Kwambox and Kev, follow at Wixx, that's WIXX_Mangutha, upate kuona kuna kazi safi udema na do. At 27 minutes past 9 a.m., we're going to hear one from Morgan Heritage and one by Luciano. When we come back, we're going to talk about you becoming a Blaze mentor. Imagine, in less than a year of following your passion,
Yeah.
you
Right,
find...
Dad?
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that.
Vibes Radio.
All right, we're back in the conversation.
Sheila.
We're back in the conversation on my grind. And Wixx, I'm really grateful that you're here. I'm not the only one who's saying this. Shout out to one Ted Dupree and Asema, awesome vibes this morning. Loving the animated videos that you make. Now let's talk about you being a Blaze mentor. In just 1 year, you decided to follow your passion. This is something you had suppressed for 12 years.
Yeah.
12 years. Ulikuwa unafanya nini hiyo time sasa? What were you pursuing?
I was chasing other people's dreams. So I ended up doing 1 diploma and 2 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
1 diploma,
Which-
2 degrees. Damn.
Yeah.
You have
Which-
time.
Yeah, I had time.
Finding herself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what happens. I mean, when you're chasing other people's dreams, you
Yeah.
end up wasting a lot of time doing things you shouldn't be doing. So right now I'm doing art.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before 2019, you were working. Tell us
Yeah.
about the what job were you doing?
I was a project manager. And before being a project manager, I was a coder. Yeah.
What?
I did code.
So she was coding
yeah.
Yeah.
and managing projects, but not
Yeah.
doing what her passion, the thing that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Before we get into your Blaze mentorship, were you afraid at any point in those 12 years while you were, you knew that, you're there scribbling, did you anaongea unachora matatu hapo nyuma kwa
Yeah.
exercise book? Were you scared? Did you have fear that, what if I put this content out and people don't like it?
Yeah, I did. I mean, yeah, I had so much fear.
Yeah.
Especially because, and then the fear came full force now. I think when I was just about to start, that's when fear came. Woo,
Yeah.
niko hapa.
Yeah.
So I was married, and so even though I was working, every time I felt like quitting.
Yeah.
So I quit my first job. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I quit my second job. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I mean, bills hazingoji mtu.
Yeah.
At the end of the month, there are bills to pay.
Na sio
You
Hazi
have
anasemaje?
needs.
Yeah.
Na Hazi
And-
yuko hapa ndani ya studio. Salimia watu haraka
Just
haraka.
chilling, taking
Hi,
pictures of
please.
you.
Yeah, hi guys.
Hi. Sa hiyo yeye ana quit. Unasema tu yes baby, continue.
Unajua, you have to encourage her.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause unajua sasa akona shida moja tayari. Akileta ingine kwa nyumba, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You can handle two of them.
Yeah.
So at least moja.
It's really good to see you all.
Yeah.
You know,
Thanks, man.
let me ask you something, Wixx. Yeah? In an
Yeah.
ideal situation,
Yeah.
like a up-and-coming artist angesema, okay, let me get a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Itanisaidia kufund my artistic projects.
Passion.
My
Yeah.
passion. That was not your approach, based on what you're saying over here.
No, it wasn't,
Yeah.
because let me refer to the last video I did. It took 30 hours.
Yeah.
And so that means working 10 hours a day, because
Yeah.
I did it for 3 days.
Yeah.
I mean, inachokesha.
Inachokesha.
Yeah.
Inachokesha. So by the time even I'm getting to work,
Yeah.
I don't have the passion for the work I'm doing. Plus niongeze kuchoka.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
what am I even doing working? So
So were you creating knowing you're going to sell your art? Ama uli gonna create too as a hobby?
Kwa
because
sababu
you
passion
like,
ilikuwa inakuchoke, inakusuffocate.
when you were
Yeah.
starting, what was the plan?
the plan was to become a successful artist, and
Yeah.
I'm so glad it's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
It's inakuja tu pole pole.
Yeah.
Pole pole.
So there's a guy called Christoph Neyman, and I'd look at this guy every time. He's the guy who does covers for New Yorker every month.
Oh, impressive.
And yeah, I wanted to be like
Is
him.
he Kenyan?
No, he's not Kenyan.
Oh,
He's
he's a Mzungu?
German. Yeah, he's
Okay,
Mzungu.
okay.
Yeah. And then now
What are you doing? Why are you looking at me like that for, man?
Because she
Sheila.
said New Yorker, alafu
See, I thought this like black New Yorkers.
labda ulikuwa unasikia New Yorker.
New Yorker with an R.
New Yorker.
Sheila. The black New Yorkers. Moving forward.
yeah. And then now I used to look at him, and then now came John Kiarie, who's now Kenyan.
Yeah.
And I'd look
KJ.
at him and be like, whoa,
Yeah.
I want to be like him.
Yeah.
I really want to meet him till date. If he's listening, I want to meet you.
He's always listening.
And
Yeah.
I want to talk to you. And yes.
We can actually make that happen. for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do a vibes meetup.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a friend of Vibes as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Wixx,
Oh.
let's talk about mentorship. Now you've been doing this for
Yeah.
1 year. At the point when Blaze reached out to you,
Yeah.
did you at any moment feel, how can I be mentoring people, guys? I've just been doing this for 1 year.
Yeah.
How did the opportunity to mentor people, how did it come about?
So I posted a video of rice. Let me refer to that video.
Yeah.
So one day as we're having dinner at home, I'm trying to scoop the last bit of rice.
Yeah.
Na inashinda ikihepa. Like unajaribu kuichota na kijiko, it hepers to the other side.
Hii rice yako iko na miguu.
Is that
Ni kama iko na mguu. Ama you overcooked it. Maybe overcooked it. Yeah, so and I thought to myself, is this how my dreams are? Every time I chase them, zinanihepa. So I came up with a video of a running man, and I inserted the song by Nyashinsky.
Keep jogging.
Keep
Yeah.
And this was
jogging.
inspired by rice.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're an artist.
I know.
and there was a line I used that it was a message for me. Africa tunaikamia tu most bana.
Hey.
I didn't know what that meant,
Yeah.
but it was a message for me to keep going, even though right now art is not paying. And after I posted it, 5 days later, I get nominated for an award.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
Congrats, man.
After the award,
Yeah.
now Kumbe Blaze, guys from Safaricom and Blaze had been watching my work,
Yeah.
and how guys, the youth are reaching out and saying this is positive vibes. I feel motivated. I feel inspired to keep going. And they approached me to be a mentor, and I really loved it because I wish I had someone to tell me not to wait till my mom was passing on to tell me,
Yeah.
imagine hii keki ni kubwa for everyone.
Yeah.
There's you can get a piece.
There's enough for everyone.
Yeah, there's enough for everyone.
Yeah.
And don't compare yourself to anyone. I mean, Kwambox, you're great, you're amazing, and I love you.
Thank you.
But my journey is different, and we shouldn't follow a certain like timeline. Kila mtu na timeline yake.
Kabisa.
Do a degree at 32. I mean, that's your story.
Kevin?
Do a degree at 18. That's your
Unaongeleshwa hapa.
story.
Kevin,
You're not
unaongeleshwa
much
hapa.
32. Let me ask you something.
Unaongeleshwa hapa.
Let me ask you something. By the Wixx.
Because she even pointed at you.
I'm very smart, Sheila.
Yeah, that's
Speaking of which, Wixx, yeah?
Yeah.
When you look at, you mentioned, artistry, art doesn't pay.
Yeah.
I feel like that is a very interesting narrative because I watched a channel on of course on YouTube. And this chick was saying, many artists are being sold off this idea how the moment they put their art out there, it's hard to get client, to get somebody who's going to buy their art. At the same time, I've actually seen people who own art galleries and they're making money. Kenyans are actually buying art. I mean, what are your thoughts on that one? Do you feel like that's a true narrative that art in this country just doesn't sell?
I think it depends on what kind of art.
Okay.
Because if your art is giving people good vibes, Kwambox captain of good vibes.
Yeah, man.
If it's giving you good vibes,
Yeah.
then it's going to sell. But I mean, if I'm looking at your art and I'm feeling depressed, nasikia, oh my God, shida zangu ni nyingi.
Yeah.
Is there genuine interest by Kenyans on art?
Yeah.
Yeah, are there people who are they're curious? They're like, man, what is this? I like this. I'm gonna put my millions on this. Kenyans wako hivyo.
I think some people are. Yeah.
I mean, I'm like that. I buy art.
I know people
Yeah.
who are like that. Yeah,
Okay.
even myself, I'm like that. Hata kama utachukua paintbrush, rushe paint, I'll look at it and be like,
That is
And
so
that's
beautiful.
the thing.
Yeah.
Art is like music. Like you see, when you're doing art, the vibe you're feeling at that moment, believe you me, when people watch it,
They
that's
will
the
feel
vibe
it.
they're going to get.
I love that we've had this conversation this morning. And for those of you who are listening in right now, Wixx was nominated for this in the second Women in Film Awards.
Yes.
And we're going to post that link so you can vote for her and also check out her art. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Walter, it's always a pleasure to see you. Supportive husband, always standing
Walter,
by.
you're
the way.
making Walter. Let me tell you, you're making Kenyan men very proud.
You know what? We're going to have them on a
dude.
different session
Yeah.
because they know there's a conversation
Yeah,
we
bro.
have to have.
Vibes Radio, we rule the nation in this generation.